this could be a decision zone. This could be an area where we fall down in this area, chop around, potentially just test through this low quickly, and then find our buyers and list down. So that is possible for us to break this area, pressure this local low, maybe slightly take it, maybe get a higher low. We could drop into this area, find our buyers down there, and then we get the bullish scenario. In which case, in that idea, again, settlement would be key. I would be looking for price to test in and then reject and get above for the long. Key target would be the opening deep off and potentially the mag zone if we get this. So that is another bullish possibility. What happens if this gets the bearish idea for me? First off, we could have all this. So it's possible that we could just push up high above this mag zone, quickly test, reject. That's possible. I would be looking again to Q off of this area. So we push up, we try, we fail back below this area, then I'm expecting us to take this local low and to get to settlement. As I said, that could reject, or we could test lower and reject. However, what we're talking about right now is if for whatever reason, maybe a test, maybe we just immediately fall lower. But the bottom line, like I said, we get into this area and fall below and can't get above. I'm looking for these 88s, this 88 zone. We then get into the 88 zone and we don't find buyers and we can't get above settle. Then I'm expecting the sellers to emerge and for us to push lower and potentially test this blue area, area 69 to about 75. So that's again, if we get into the 88s, then we can't recover settlement essentially. I'm expecting us to fall lower, potentially test the 7th area. Based on the volume today, this could easily be the range we get. Like we could just testing it here, and then we could just get into a nothing scenario, get back up and just chop around settlement. This area, not surprising to me. Instead, get down here, and we lose this blue area, drop low, like the 75s really become resistance, we start dropping. Then the next target would be this key support stock zone and the 50 handle just below. However, I gotta say, I don't know if that would be a lot of excursion. It could easily happen. We could definitely get that today. We could definitely get a surprising drop today. I think that if we do get the surprising drop, it would this area would be important because this area is tested and seeing it reject, and then really seeing sellers start to get active below this area. Again, any of these areas could be any of these areas that make a higher low versus this could be a place we find resistance and a higher get back above and needs to get back into settlement. But if we start losing these 80s and really push down to 75s, lose the 75s, then that's something I'm not thinking is very high percentage, but I would be very ready for it if it happens. Because don't forget, we're trending low in weekly time frame, so no one's going to be surprised if we test the prior week's low sometime this week. We're expecting it, really. However, as of right now, the stance, the small time frame stance is higher. But, and what would our nothing scenario be? So I kind of have alluded to it. Our nothing scenario would just be any type of, maybe making one of these initial tests, maybe testing. I think if we get 42s, that we're likely to get through 42s unless they're immediately rejected. But we could have a nothing scenario up here. It tests up through 42s, the 50s, chops around 42s, maybe falls back into range, and just ends up chopping around here. We can have that nothing scenario. I don't think we get the nothing scenario here. It would be testing higher, testing lower, and just hanging out in this area. It's very possible. Test the balance, and then just decide if there's nothing worth doing there. That could happen. Or we could also obviously get it potentially more likely when we fall down into the 88s, try to get below for the 75s, can't do it, back up into the 7 and just chop around this area. That could be very possible. So just be aware of those. But really, this is the key. The overnight range is important to me, and very specifically this area of structure, how we treat this. Is it resisted? Do we fall away from it? Do we push above and hold it? Or do we just test around and chop it? But this is the important structure for me right now. That's what I got for you. 20 minutes somehow. It always ends up being 20 minutes. But that's what I got for you. I hope it's helpful. I hope this is useful for you guys. I hope you have a great morning. I hope that great morning continues, and you can improve your trading somehow today. Make it count. Make today count, guys.
Make today count. Tom says, guys, patience as always. Market has sold off in ETH from posted target above. Let's see what gives. Also, Wednesday FOMC. We got above this consolidation and sold off from the key area. And now we're kind of basing out below here. This 5,500 area is pretty key. And we'll see if the 5,500 holds or if it starts to give. And then maybe some more excursion lower. So, here we see the market open, and we have the opening swing high here. I like these. I like when the opening swing high is untouched like that. Sometimes it presents opportunities. If the market gets above this VHBN. We got a migration lower, selling. We have a little bit of a buying structure here. VWAP to VPOC is a short. Retest the the VPOC. Bounces off, so caution. Retest is volume. Break low. We see absorption from buyers absorbing sellers. Come back up, absorption of the buyers at this auction. Break low. Retest. So this area seems to be messy. That's definitely messy. A break of the low, and then a break of VPOC. It shows that there's not much interest down here. And this sets up a long without the ability to scale. And it looks like the market may try to continue higher here. We'll see. This is also an outside edge. So we know mechanical sellers here. We also have this low volume node. Have to clear this. This is what it looks like to narrate the story. We know this area is key. We see the one tick failed auction and then a break back above VPOC. Now let's observe. We got a buyer. So this 12 is a long. So it tested the VHVN and fell through. We see the auction, we see the buyer and the break, and then it fails. And now a retest, and it's too high. So now, potentially back down. We do have the DGPs though. The market's above VPOC and it's above the DGPs. So we'll see what happens here. Although, it's mean reversion. So now we're back up here, and we're observing to see if this VHVN is pushed through. We have an outside edge here. So we test the outside edge, and we find a seller. So we're seeing a pronounced distribution now that is looking balanced. Yes, note that the key fight area pre-open 11.5 to 15. How we treat that is important IMO for the overnight stat. We could see that behavior here. Specifically here. We see another test upwards. There's the opening swing high, broken. We have a stat above. Overnight volume point of control. Furs is done for the day. Which is pretty wild. The dude got long, like, somewhere in here and then here. It's pretty nice. Well, we see a selling behavior to get back inside the opening swing high. We test into this low volume node, and now we're responding back towards the highs. We know what we have above. We have the overnight volume point of control. We have the prior high a day at 28.25. Stats, and then the overnight high. That dude made $700 in 15 minutes. That's pretty cool. Here's a VHVN retest. But this is mean reversion. So we see a failure at this auction. So, I mean, the VHVN could definitely hold, but we know we have stops here. And also, this area is balanced. So, this is an area of indecision. Yes, VWAP sandwich. Waiting to see what side of the sandwich. And 11.5 to 15 we want to hold. Yep. Like I said, maybe I have different reasoning than John because I'm not looking at the VWAP sandwich. But reading context is reading context. Here's the migration. I'm anticipating a retest of at least the VHVN. As the structure looks fairly bearish. Oh yeah, yeah. This looks like it's gonna go down. It's not a shorting structure because DGPs are above, and also this is a weaker structure here. So what you could have is VWAP to VPOC, although this is also in the middle of the range, so you can't have that either actually. This is the low volume area here. Which we will mark. Mark, mark, mark. Here's another migration. Follow the yellow brick road. Price is below the VHVN, and we are in some sort of balanced condition. So it's really just caution, I would say. There's a test into the low volume node. Ding, 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 ding. Here's a test into the auction here. So we have a stat above. After the low, after this was taken, we know that the market may want to test the most previous high volume auction, which is the overnight high. We are in between a balancing range of between 30 and 5,500. 5,530 and 5,500. So tests out towards the extremes may offer mean reversion trading. And currently we have stats open in both directions. We want to see how the price reacts to the initial balance areas. Right now we have balance. It's a balanced intraday profile. So we're looking at mean reversion trading. It's mean reversion until it's not. Okay, here comes a buyer for the high. We have a 1 tick. Seller absorption at the high. I have to use the bathroom. gotta go when you gotta go. So the IB was right here. $21.25. That's a potential long there. Especially now after breaking here. I'm gonna look to enter a long here. May not get an entry. We'll see if the market pulls back. I'm also looking for kind of a deep pullback. There's a low volume node. It just didn't feel right. So that's a pretty important auction now. Yeah, that didn't really feel right. So now we're watching this. We have this low volume node here. Bids dried up at 25. A hold of the opening range high sets up another go for higher. Stops expected above 25. So that's the opening swing high. We see this interesting looking auction. We have an LVN here, so I will be. I don't know. There's potential for mean reversion, obviously, which is taking place right now. if it breaks this low, then we'll see what happens. So this is important contextual information. And we see selling. Anticipated reaction here at the DGPs. And this market is balanced. I see an LVN here that I like. More selling. Looks like Rod went short in here. That's nice. So we got the 08s, and we're testing this VHVN. Break of that VHVN. So since we got this, there's a 5% chance of this. Doesn't mean it won't happen. We see a buyer step in at 05. Potential migration here. There's the migration. We see absorption here. The context is balanced mean reversion. Oh, 3.5 outer edge. Above the VPOC. Hold, and we got buyer. Yes, very poor market environment, says John. Yeah, I noticed it too. And I am yet to take a trade. VHVN and DGP alignment, but nothing to do because the profile is very balanced. So I'm not doing anything. There was a short, then there was a long, but the condition of the market just tells me to wait. It's not worth it. The risk isn't worth it. It may work, it may not, but yeah, I'll wait for the higher probability locations to risk my dollars. So I'll look for a test of the IB low. We have potential mean reversion. It's hard locations here, because if we get below this, then I know that there's possibility for this and this and this, and that's another tough location. I think that the short from the overnight volume point of control was probably it was too hard to enter for me, at least, but yeah, that seemed like that was the trade. Let's see if it falls out of here. It looks pretty weak. but we see absorption here. We know that there's stops here. All right. So the context has become such that outside edge is tested and the market holds. And we break higher, and now we're still testing higher. So outside edge, too low. We have another potential migration here. It may be a long, but I don't see an edge in it. I surely see the structure: an auction, a test of the low, a break, an auction, a break, a test. FT said 0 trades for me so far. We are almost an hour in. test, I guess, to that 15 area, and then sell. Look how much I would have gotten chopped up. There, I see it. I saw a short here. Scale. I saw a long here. Scale. This one actually might have offered me something, but not even. Long here. Maybe a scale. Probably. So just scales and scratches. It's not paying. Need a legit rotation. Some substance. Substance. O3 offered, the outside edge offered something. I be set. The IB has been had. Stats have been had. That's good. It's gooda. Let's see what happens. We got a lot of stops. We got heavy selling. No continuation. Let's see if this low holds, or if the market wants to continue. I'll zoom in so I can see here. Putting in volume down here. If we don't get below, then it says too low. See some signs. That was a pretty good sign. Putting pressure on there still. Oh shit. Well, we're retesting this range. And that's our target there. 09. After that, we're kind of going to play it by ear. We're going to see if the market is going to make an attempt at higher. And I think that this 15 is pretty decent, actually. FT said be patient right now. There's my first target. And second target, I'm not really sure about. We didn't get the overnight low. I think that this is probably pretty decent because there's an auction here. So it would fall in line with a retest of that area. Or finished. As Rod said, you could be done here on the IBF. Yeah. For sure, for sure. All right. Maybe I'll be kicking myself in the butt. We got the auction and the VPOC migration. So, yeah. We see the absorption. And now we just wait again. It looks like the tape just sped up a bit. The signs are pretty good down there. Specifically this one. Right here. We see sellers, we see the icebergs, we see a break back towards the IB, second attempt, one tick, and then absorption back in again. And now what's developing here? Seller. Extreme selling. We're through the IB. So if we break this location, 5,500, then it could offer some shorts. We have to watch. Seller. Now we're pressing the other side of 5,500. We reject the VPOC. So this is saying that VPOC is too high. Another IBF would be not my favorite, I would say. And going short here also is not my favorite. So, yeah. Let's see if sellers could bat this away from the IB60. And now we have a buyer from 99 to 97. If we get below 99.5, which is the micro composite volume point of control, then potential for 88s and 70-ish. Here's another test of the IB. So now we have a consolidation between the initial balance low and the overnight low. And we have a decent chance of getting to the overnight low here. So yeah, there's potential to scale at the IB. Outside edge is up to 03. Have to scale by basically 5,500. So there's no range. Let's see this. This is a battle. Test. See seller absorption at the lows. There's another test into the IB. We got active sellers. O3 LBN. Just waiting for more development. Waiting. Looks like a short. But how do you short here? Where do you scale? You know? I'd rather wait for a break if it breaks and then a retest. A VPOC migration. VPOC migration gives me signals. Heavy. All right, well, this is too high. We have 88s. 88s, 88s. Retests into 99.5, 5500 and IB will offer potential short. Microcomposite high volume node here. But actually, is it? My level's off. There's nothing here. Gotta keep these levels updated. Looks like lower, or maybe it'll catch a bid and come up. But it looks kind of weak. So that low holds. Here's the lower day auction. The prior lower day auction. I think that there's stops above and the market may want to test some areas. But if it's a real trend, then there's potential that this is it. Yeah, the prior low day is at 70. That would be a big, big test. So now we've tested into the low volume area. Auction, break high, test the low volume, come back down. And now if the market doesn't get back above 95, it'll go lower. $95 held for now. We have stops above. A seller interrupts the move. Now, buyers potentially back on the hook. Now, if the market doesn't get above here, then the buyers will be in more trouble. So what we're seeing is a pronounced auction between here and here. Bang, 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 bang. Buyers might be in trouble. We have a one tick auction, which is interesting. The market has to get below 92.75 for a continued move lower. There's some sellers. And we also see passive buying. Don't forget about the 88 zone. So it looks like a grind lower. There it goes. Buyers absorbing. Look at that buying. Absorption at the low. Buyer steps in. I see an LVN at the overnight low. If the market retraces, a pick of this location coming up into the 99.5. Seeing collisions the whole way down. There's not really any sort of consensus of price pronounced in this area. The big auction is here, I would say. This is my area. I asked Rod and Ned if they got short at the IBL. Ned got short somewhere in here. All right, well, that's all for me today. Maybe last licks here on a retest of 99.5. Up to 03. Also mean reversion potential. But this looks trendy. We're just gonna observe the IB. 97. LVN. It might be enough. But also we have all this volume in here. This is a short potential. But where would my stop be? Right here? I don't think I want it there. Alright, well, calling it. I don't care about this. It doesn't mean much to me. Because it's 11:30, I'm ready to go. Happy with being patient today. So, yeah, GG's.